My name is Larry Lee. I was born in Chicago in Chinatown before my family relocated to the north side, uptown in Andersonville. And then my father, who worked at Trader Vic's at the Palmer House Hilton Hotel as a barbecue chef. He was someone who cooked the big pig with the apple in the mouth. He had an opportunity to run his own restaurant and uprooted the entire family, kit and caboodle, and we went to South Carolina, where I went to high school and then decided to escape back to Chicago after I transferred out of the University of South Carolina, majoring in journalism, which was a huge mistake. I don't know why I did that. Probably because I wanted to become a cartoonist. So the disconnect happened right away. And then re-enrolled at the University of Illinois at Chicago to become a professional student. I was in art education, pre-second baby boom, and then quit that to study graphic design before computers. And then ultimately finished up my degree, a Bachelor of Fine Arts in painting, and then lived life and got married and had no intention of making art. I was actually writing and doing other things, but fell right back into it in the 90s. Saw this poster for a juried show that was going to travel between the cultural centers in downtown, north side of Chicago, south side of Chicago, and that lit the fire under me. Because I had a chance to live in Asia, and it was a time that opened my eyes. Before I was just sort of muddling around, pushing pigment around, pretending to be like a neo-expressionist, but found my voice, found what I was interested in doing, which was taking a look at who I am and where I come from and what it loosely means to be Chinese living in America, in the United States.
Pond 5.
It gave me a pretty sarcastic edge. You know, I was the newspaper editor at my high school by default, but I guess my claim to fame was I was a cartoonist, and probably not the traditional type. I was enamored of and completely spellbound by comic books. And so my editorial cartoons ended up to be superhero-ish. And my caricatures tended to be less hyperbolic, but I guess more stinging.
Pond 5.
And that got me in trouble on a number of occasions, but I played the good Asian kid and managed to escape much detention. But when I started to think about the work I wanted to make, just growing up, watching so much television, being so consumed by watching and trying to play sports, I guess trying to worship heroes is, in a way, what my work is about. Going to art school, I can put that in more convoluted art speak, but I like to remake things. I see how the originals lacked what I would probably think real or authentic representations of how I grew up and what I saw. And so I aspire to reconceptualize and recontextualize things that were part of my visual culture that is really about popular culture and mass media. Watching way too much television does that, and then being in Chicago, there's a provinciality that I try to globalize.
Pond 5. Pond 5. Pond 5.
I've known Larry for quite a while, several decades probably, and I've always been interested in his art. First time I saw his art was probably at the Hyde Park Art Center, and it just struck me the different types of materials he uses, the beautiful forms that he achieves, and the underlying message that isn't like in your face type of message. And so that was kind of like the pieces that were chosen for Cultivator were pieces that are some of his larger pieces because of the space, and also some of the pieces that are more transportable.
Pond 5.
So what I do is make things, re-examine images, objects, actions that are Asian in origin or associated with an Asian aesthetic that I translate and update. I try to make it so that it does seem familiar, maybe out of the corner of your eye, and get you to think Charlie Chan. Is it inscrutable? Is it Zen-like? What? Maybe even effeminate. Those huge kinds of stereotypes that the general public might associate with being Chinese or Japanese or Korean, East Asian, or maybe even Oriental. But I hope I fail. Because what I do cannot escape Western popular culture. And in a strange sort of way, it's not like manga. It's not like anime, where the Japanese have completely absorbed and just regurgitated out as an entirely new form. I want what I chew and spit back out to feel like it's been around for a while. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to explain it. Yeah.
Pond 5.
We were just kind of envisioning what would look great out in the open. For both Larry and Jason, one of the unique things about Cultivator is it allows an artist to exhibit outside. And for many of the artists that I've invited to Cultivator, they've never exhibited outside. And Larry's particular pieces hadn't been outside, but seeing them outside, I feel like they were meant to be. I think they took on a really beautiful presence.
Pond 5.
All right, let's talk about the international
Chefs of Mystery. Okay, yeah, that happened quite by accident. Jason Dunda and I taught
Pond 5.
a class accidentally together. What do I mean by that? We both independently proposed a class, a studio class on humor, and we've been friends for a little while, and
Pond 5.
said, you know, let's join evil forces.
I've heard about nature, and I'm happy to be in it.
Pond 5.
Well,
We planned that.
we did. We planned well.
It became infamous, so that
We applied.
Yes.
kids were signing up just so they could get our brand of humor. Well, this was a thing where, you know, when we lectured, we could finish off each other's thoughts.
Lucky to receive the huge funding
Yeah.
for this very special project today. You could see no expense was spared.
No.
Another friend has a gallery that's on hiatus right now, and during the summer would have a group show, and invited us to be a part of this extravaganza, and there was a theme. It was called booze and bacon. In our inimitable way, we were like, let's do it where we completely misunderstand the prompt. We'll pretend to be pastry chefs baking, except we're so bad that the audience is booing us, and that explains how the International Chefs of Mystery started.
So today's episode is bidding adieu to City Life. We wanted to celebrate a momentous occasion today because your Canadian self, your Canuck,
Yes.
we're no longer spelling color with a U or gray with an E.
No.
Yes, you are now American.
You know, it's
It's
somewhere between a bad extended dad joke
Yes.
and improvisation that plays on a pair of bumbling idiots
Well, or
I mean, that's usually the exchange rate,
for the
sir.
greenback.
who take themselves way too seriously.
The greenback.
Okay,
That
well-
part of.
Well, I mean, that's what you're
Pond 5.
getting in exchange for your green card.
True, true.
It's a greenback with a green card.
Yes.
Henceforth, today's episode, Green the Acre.
Green the acre.
The International Chefs of Mystery
Pond 5.
earnestly want to use our degrees from Hamburger U to try to make cuisine for all of the people. Unfortunately, all of the people might not want what we're cooking up.
Canada. Come on, Canada. Canada. Tim Horton, the Prime Minister of Canada, and we just call it bacon there.
Yes.
So that won't deter us from, again, trying to give you good taste. And I think that basically sums up the project. Yeah, taste, good or bad.
Yeah.
Pond 5. 5. Pawn 5. Pawn 5.